This is something I just had the honor of entertaining our troops. Yeah, thanks. That was Cub Scout Troop 105 over on the west side, and they, the boys taught me everything they knew about tying knots. I taught them everything I knew about making margaritas. It was really a fair trade-off, and I can't prove it, but I think the den mother was starting to make the moves on me, which, who could blame her? She was a stinking drunk, and I had her favorite medicine. You're in such a hurry when you're driving. It's premeditated. We shouldn't do it, but we see a stoplight coming up, and we think, I don't even care if that light turns yellow. I'm going to take it. Guess what? You can't do that. The person in front of you chooses not to. I had a goal. Suddenly I'm being sued for being an overachiever. I don't think that's fair. I am not a tailgater. I think that's the most dangerous driver on the road, you know, because they're not there because you're going too slow. That's not what they're trying to. They're just there to cause trouble. They're criminals, basically what they are. And here's what you can do to tailgaters. It's what I've been doing when they won't back off, and I think it's legal. When they won't back, I start weaving. I weave in front of them from lane to lane, bouncing up and down on my seat, and tugging uncontrollably at my hair, waving my pistol around. They will back off when they see your pistol. You know, I ate a whole bag of Easter Peeps today, and I can't even make a fist. Anybody else strangely attracted to the Easter Peeps? Oh, there's nothing more sugary on the planet, but you probably saw me out in the parking lot before the show, because I was frolicking. It was kind of almost a full-blown skip, really, now that I think back on it. I am about 5 minutes away from river dancing right now. In high school, I played basketball. I was on the, originally being from Indiana, if you make the team, everybody really likes you, and you're one of the most popular people in school. And so I tried out for varsity and found out pretty quick there's really not much demand for a 5'11" power forward with a 7.5-inch vertical leap who pretty much panics every time he has to dribble. One move I mastered, the head fake. I had that down to the point, I think I intimidated opponents, I really do, because I became Mr. Head Fake. That's what they called me. I heard, here comes Mr. Head Fake. I don't think it was sarcastic. I'd be dribbling down the court. It was unbelievable, that head fake. I use the head fake pretty much on a daily basis. I really do. It can come in quite handy. I was at a four-way stop the other day, and you know that deal. 3 or 4 cars, you're all there about the same time. I know I don't like playing a little game with people. It seems to go on forever. Oh, you go, maybe I'll go. I don't even make eye contact anymore. I direct through that four-way stop. That's beating the system with the head fake. That's write that down. That's my message. Like I said, if I have a message and I'm beating it, nobody's writing that down. So, hi, I'm Dave Dugan. What is a corporate comedian? Let's have a look. Old Webster's. Corporate comedian is a speaker entertainer who brings humor to your event. Clean, original comedy that injects some fun into a national convention, sales conference, awards banquet, annual dinner, holiday gathering. Well, looky there, my photo's right next to the definition. Not so much for you to see. And this corporate comedian also customizes some of the material to better fit your group and industry. Let's talk about what you guys want to do for a while. I'm open to anything. Curriculum alignment, come on, distance learning, jigsawing, let's go. Come on. The night is young, baby. This could get nuts. How about Pam Bailey? Is there a Pam Bailey here this evening? Now, usually what I do is I try to learn a lot about somebody just by talking to them, maybe shaking their hand, and how you doing? Now, okay, now I shake your hand, and I feel Warren Central, okay. I'm thinking about 15 years of experience, maybe?
17.
17 years, okay. All right, don't correct me in front of company again. About 17 years. I'm feeling something very nebulous about you, something very evil. Math? You teach math? Okay, all right, okay, there you go. Math teacher, Warren Central, okay. These are great answers, Pam. Like I said, nobody goes away empty-handed. Let's see what I got for you this evening. I hope I have something. Okay, here's a Weston shower cap. There you go. That's Pam Bailey, everybody. All right, Pam. I get some. Anybody else here have a nurse? that when you get a shot, they actually think they have to describe the sensations you're going to feel when you get the shot, as if we've all felt that before. Why do they waste their breath? Well, first it's going to sting, and then it's going to burn. So I poked her in the eyes and slapped her. I said, so is this. I'm going to try to learn everybody's name before I get off stage tonight. I think this is the group I can do it with. What do we have in here? 200 people? 250? I think I can learn all your names, you know, and you can do certain things, little tricks, I call them. Like I had these neighbors, they really inspired this whole thing. These new neighbors told me their names 3 times. I couldn't ask them again. It would just be too embarrassing. So I started going through their mail, and I have a lot more confidence now when I see them out in the yard. Hey, current resident. What are you putting on your lawn, occupant? It sure is plush. Where's that little subscriber of yours? He's getting so big, let me hold him. Are you into the computer age? Oh, the crazy, all the kids and the crazy computers. They sound like somebody's papaw. Anyway, No, honestly, it took me a while to really feel comfortable to, I bought a computer years and years ago, but it sat in a box for like 7 years because I was intimidated. I thought I'm going to have to learn things, maybe it's going to, I'll mess it up. And then one day I thought, this is just crazy. I mustered up all the courage I had because I thought, this is nuts. I've got a Commodore 64, and a game of Zork just going to waste, so let's break it out. Sure, there's a lot of made-up stuff when it comes to the computer. Don't you think people are trying to make money everywhere they can? Like Y2K, that was some made-up mess, wasn't it? Did anybody else buy into the Y2K? Did you, like me, feel foolish when it came up, finally the big moment, and you're sitting in a doorway, with a crank-up radio and bottled water and a can of beans? Why didn't somebody just come around the corner and say, you've been punked? Because I do take the risks. I'm telling you, matter of fact, I went through the drive-thru the other day, and I hate it when the person on the drive-thru speaker is really rude to you. Have you ever been on the receiving end of that? That's unnecessary, just because I wanted something special ordered. Now this guy's getting really rude. Here's what you can do when they're rude to you at the drive-thru. It's what I do. I usually play what I call the hot coin game. I usually have a lot of coins in the dash of my car, and on a sunny, hot day, they get piping hot, and that's how you pay for your order. That's sweet revenge. Sometimes I think they're tipped off and they see their hand in exact change by a guy wearing an oven mitt, but mostly I just like to cook out. Anybody else like to cook out? Grill? Oh yeah, I can't even count the times I've caught on fire, but I guess I have a problem being patient enough, but I've been working on chicken for 45 minutes and it's still pink. I start pouring on the kerosene, and next thing I know, I'm flopping across the yard doing my best Ray Bolger, trying to put myself out with a spatula, and there's the neighbor watching the whole thing, pretending like he doesn't see it. I'm like, hose me down, homeowner. Some questions you may have when booking this corporate comedian. Will his material be clean and appropriate for the event? Will his material be relatable to my group? Will he bring his own clothes? Well, yes, and depending on mood swings, yes. Or you might be saying, we have a real live wire with our company. Will this corporate comedian be able to handle any interruption that might come up during the show? You know who I will never drive with again is my mom. I won't drive her anywhere. All right, someone who's evidently driven my mom or has a mom that might be like whatever I'm getting ready to say. Oh, let me see. There's a mechanical bull back there that I wasn't aware of. I know I've heard war whoops like that, but I can't remember what they... Well, wow, have you been exposed to any lead? I sense lead contamination back there at table 43. I am not myself tonight. I apologize. I really, and I think I know why, because I'm sore, and that sounds whiny, but my shoulders especially, and I know why, because my son, and I don't want to blame him, I love kids, not in a Neverland kind of way, but my son, he likes to ride up on my shoulders, piggyback, and I've been home a little bit this week, so we did it kind of nonstop the other day, and I'm really, he's 19, he's a big boy. He is really, He's slowly killing his daddy. There's some things as parents you really have to be on the same wavelength. One of you can't be like a strict parent, and the other one's lenient. You know, and my wife and I both agreed, right out of the gate, no matter how bad a discipline problem might get, we would never go to the extreme to put our kids on a child leash. Have you ever seen people put their kids on a child leash? Is that the cruelest thing you've ever seen in your life? If my parents had put me on a child leash, I would have played that up big. They would have had to put a muzzle on me before it was over with, because I would have been barking. I would have been trying to bite mall walkers at random.
Tell us about the lambs, Clarice.
Would have been a nut in my child leash. Whoa, you like impersonations? Oh, I wish I'd known that 75 minutes ago. We could have got right to it. I'm watching a show on TV Land, an old classic, Leave It to Beaver, the other night. Really studying Ward Cleaver. So I'd like to do my impersonation of Ward Cleaver if he were played by Jack Nicholson. June, honey, I'm home. Think it's only fair to warn you, I'm not in a very good mood. As a matter of fact, I just ran over that little smart math Eddie Haskell out in our driveway. Thank you guys so much. Sometimes it's effective to introduce me as an imposter. That's an angle you might want to try. Where I'm a financial consultant, a new hire, bitter competitor.
Please welcome Danny Daywood.
I'm a little self-conscious myself about the way I dressed. I heard it was going to be casual, and I didn't know what. Casual, business casual, or whatever. The open collar, the tie with a coat. And now I'm seeing a lot of you took the casual thing real serious, and we had a lot to talk about tonight. As part of the serious bit of our conversation, I guess you'd call it, we want to talk about the PC as a tool in the industry, the O2 sensor baselining. And if you read my bio, how many? Okay, good. I don't. I've actually come up with a great idea, I think, that I'm trying to patent there at Daewoo, and I think a lot of you will also agree that you hate it when you're driving at night and somebody's got their brights on behind you, and they won't turn them off, and they're blinding you. That's so unfair, isn't it? There should be something we can do to tell them, hey, your brights are on, get them off when they're behind you like that. So I'm trying to patent like an ejection button in the car. That way when you hit that button, a deer carcass flies out and hits their windshield. Oh, here comes Mr. Headfake. I don't think it was sarcastic. I'd be dribbling down the court. That was unbelievable, that headfake. Oh, yeah.